Today the topic will be on symptomatic irreversible pulpitis. So with this topic we are just going to give you an outline how we are going to cover. So first we are going to have a brief explanation of this topic and how does it going to be the histopathological feature, radiographical feature, if there is going to be electrical pulp testing, and if it is left untreated, what's going to happen. So symptomatic itself will explain it is symptom is present in this type of pulpitis. What symptom? Obviously pain. The pain doesn't need any stimulus, that is, it is spontaneous and unprovoked. So it may be intermittent or continuous. It may change with the posture. The pain may change with the posture. So this gives you an half an explanation. Next comes is a irreversible. Irreversible means it's beyond the repair. The damage is beyond the repair. Even after you remove the stimulus or the irritant, the pulp is it's not able to come back to the normal situation. Rather, it's been irreversibly damaged with the inflammation. So how it is going to be microscopically evident is that you see these terminologies, few terms you can remember, like microabscess. Abscess are smaller in size with the zones of necrosis. Whenever there is a necrosis, our body will just give a defense mechanism with the dense acute inflammatory cells. The inflammatory cells like neutrophils, acute inflammatory cells, will just automatically come to the zone of necrosis where the microabscesses are seen. And also you can see, since it is symptomatic, the myelinated and unmyelinated nerves will be intact in the region, but there may be areas of cellular degeneration, okay. And radiographically it doesn't have a good view. Rather, it is not going to be useful in case of symptomatic irreversible pulpitis. You can just identify the tooth which is involved, but in an advanced case you may see an apical pedial widening, that is periodontal space widening. And electrical pulp testing also will have a little value on it. So if it is getting left untreated, the pulpal necrosis may occur. So it's all about the symptomatic irreversible pulpitis. Again, if you have one more criteria called asymptomatic irreversible pulpitis, in which there is no symptom, all the criteria are the same. You write everything, histopathology, radiographical, electric pulp testing, everything is the same, but you just say it's a spontaneous, unprovoked, but this symptom is not there. That's what, no symptom, but everything you can write, whatever is there you can write. It's damage beyond the repair, these histopathological features, radiographical features, electric pulp testing is not useful. If left untreated, it may lead to pulpal necrosis. But you say there is no symptom. Even with the stimuli, there is that is like if you stimulate, there is no symptom. This is called asymptomatic irreversible pulpitis. Okay. So the next video will be on pulpal necrosis. Thank you. Have a great day.